Okay, so non-determinism. Let's talk about what non-determinism is. And the truth is that there is no explanation I can give that will explain how a non-deterministic machine should work. There's no deterministic machine. We are all deterministic creatures, and there's no way I can give you a deterministic explanation about how something non-deterministic works. But there are a couple ways to think about this. In computer science, a non-deterministic machine is a theoretical device that can have more than one output for the same input. You could, for instance, think of this as whereas the case as in a deterministic machine, you have a unique walk from the start state to the end state given a particular input. For a non-deterministic machine, you could have multiple walks, possible walks. And some of those walks lead to an accept state, some of those walks lead to a reject state. And what we say is that in a non-deterministic machine, if one of these paths leads to an accept state, then the machine accepts the input. Even if there are paths that go to a reject state, as long as one path gets to that accept state, then the machine accepts the particular input, and the input is part of the language. Now that's where luck comes into play, because over here with the machine you have multiple different paths, and for any particular input the machine has to choose what path to go down. But what I'm saying is that this machine is lucky. This machine, even though it has to choose what path to go down, it will always choose the right path to go down to get to a accept state. And it will only not get to an accept state if there is absolutely no paths that lead to an accept state. And only then will the machine say, no, this string is not part of the language, and give a reject. Now, I know the notion of non-determinism seems a bit abstract, right? And it is. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole idea behind non-determinism. But the thing is, I think that the majority of people that are watching this video right now have probably seen non-determinism in action. Specifically, there is this little movie called Deadpool 2 with Ryan Reynolds. And there is a mutant in there called Domino that is probably my favorite visualization of non-determinism ever. So let me play a clip for that real quick right now.
Shtick.
I'm lucky.
You're hired.
Lucky me.
I like her.
They're headed into the tunnel.
I'm that kid's only hope, so sit tight and wait for my word.
Dropping in.
That's a negative, Soul Survivor. Luck is not a superpower. We are so fucked.
No, we most certainly are not fucked.
Seriously, I don't get it. What, you shoot luck lasers out of your eyes? It's hard to picture, and certainly not very cinematic. I mean, luck? I mean, what coked out, glass pipe sucker came up with that little chestnut? Probably a guy who can't draw feet. Once again, it all falls on my shoulders. It's why I'm cursed to be a solo act. Wander the earth. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm in.
All right. So that's kind of the nuts thing. So coming back to the lecture, well, let's coming back to the lecture. In the X-Men universe, that the woman played by Zazie Beetz was her name's Domino, and her mutant superpower is basically luck. Essentially, Domino is a person that is just always lucky. Every time she fires a gun, she always hits the bullseye, right? That is her mutant ability. Somehow she always wins. So the question is, does the fact that she has this power of luck make her more powerful than me or you? Does the non-deterministic human, or mutant, whatever, does the non-deterministic mutant, is she able to solve problems that a deterministic human cannot solve. So I gave you the example of the gun. This is part of the how her powers manifest in the comics. She's like an excellent marksmith. Basically, every time she fires a gun, she always hits that bullseye. Now, the question I have for you is, we could also hit the bullseye. If we're given enough time, we could keep spraying bullets and be able to hit a bullseye. There's nothing that says that a deterministic human cannot hit a bullseye given enough time. But the question is, are there some problems that given infinite time we cannot solve, but Domino can because of her power, which is luck, i.e., because she is a non-deterministic human being? That is the question that computer scientists are asking. That is the question Robert Floyd posed. And again, as I said, for some machines, the answer is no. Non-determinism doesn't make you more powerful. So for some machines, the answer is yes. Non-determinism does make you more powerful. So at the end of the day, the reason that we pose these questions is because they're interesting. I know it's like, oh, why do we talk about theoreticals? But these theoreticals actually give us some insight into what's essential in computing for making a powerful machine. Non-determinism adds power to the model. Maybe. I mean, there is nothing to say. I mean, at the very least, non-determinism will help you solve a problem faster, right? But if we define power as the number of problems that you can solve, it might or might not add power to the model. And anyway, in any case, this idea of non-determinism is a fundamental in theory, and it is very important in practice, either directly or indirectly, in both fields of computer science and the fields of mathematics. And there's many interpretations of non-determinism. I mean, I showed you the video with Domino. I showed you sort of the multiple paths versus single path. There's sort of like this interpretation that non-determinism implies a many worlds theory, where for every choice you break off into multiple other choice, and then eventually once you hit sort of an optimal outcome, the different branches collapse in and you basically stay in that optimal state. All of these things are possible interpretations. Again, there's no real explanation I can give you for why non-determinism work. At least there's no deterministic explanation I can give you. But this is the fundamental idea behind non-determinism. And it is a very cool idea because it allows us to see what parts of machines are crucial for power and what parts of machines aren't crucial for power. Okay, so I'm going to stop there with the conceptual stuff, and I'll be right back with talking about finite automata again. Thanks.